Should we try again? Should we give this another go? If yeah, I didn't want that on because people that are watching on the replay, right, the first 10 minutes, they don't want to hear me messing about with a microphone. So I've started it again. Let's see how it goes. You guys couldn't hear me and it was doing my head in. Let me know if you can hear me. If you can, great. Is it clear? Is it popping? Is it light? You know, I'm doing my best here. Until I can get my desk set up, I'm still on the bed. And there's been a massive delay in getting my desk set up, purely because there's been so much other things going on with illness and doing the lounge floor and everything else. There's been a massive delay. So it will be done hopefully by the end of the year, and I'll be on my desk and I'll have my TV behind me and I'll have everything set up and it'll be great. I've even bought a little sign and everything else, an on-air sign. So it'll be a proper setup, and I'll, you know, we'll be looking at we'll be doing proper podcasts. So hopefully that will be happening sooner rather than later. But for now, you're stuck with me and my microphone on the bed. So you're all saying you can hear me okay. That is great. That is perfect. So let's crack on. I hope you're all okay. I hope some of you, we've got 23 here, so I'm hoping that some of you come back from before. I have no idea if notifications went out. I really don't. No idea at all. Let's have a look. See if I got one. Excuse me. So I've got 5 likes. Hit the like, guys, if you enjoy the content. Hello, everybody. You're all saying I sound great. Fantastic. Perfect. I'm not going to do individual hellos because I've got I want to crack on. I think people have been waiting long enough, but I can see you all there and I really appreciate you all here. Thank you so much. I'm going to crack on. Right, so the North York Moors, right, is where we live, just outside the North York Moors. More the Yorkshire Wolds, but it's all pretty much attached and very close to each other. Now, North Yorkshire actually covers, a lot of people don't know this, but it covers Scarborough, it covers Whitby, all the way down to Bridlington comes under East Yorkshire, East Riding, and then it goes all the way across, and you've got the Hole of Horcum, which is, has anybody here, just because a lot of people haven't heard of this area. Before I moved up here, I hadn't heard of it. So before we continue, just let me know, guys, has anybody here heard of the Hole of Horcum? You're welcome, Mara. Some of you might have not been in this channel for a while, you see, so you might not have a spanner. So if you don't, I'll sort it out. If you're regulars, obviously. No, says Nicola. I hadn't. And I always call it the wrong thing, so I've had to just drum it into my head to make sure I call it the right thing for this show. So we often, hello Samantha, we often get power cuts here anyway, more so where we used to live. We used to get them all the time. No one's heard of it. Okay. Mel's Hole, no, it's not Mel's Hole. So I just want to get a little bit of what you guys know. So if you don't know anything about it, I'll give you a quick description of it before I then continue into the myths behind it. And there are a lot of myths behind it. And the thing is, people will say, oh, well, it's obviously not, you know, done by that and whatever. It's done by such and such. Well, that's fine if you don't want to believe that. Now, it's myth and legend. No one knows for sure, but that's the whole point of this channel, is that we look at alternative, you know, we look at different things, what it could be. And so if you're looking for like just the basic explanation of what this is, then it's the wrong channel. We will be giving you the official explanation of what caused the Hole of Horcum, but we're going to be looking at the alternatives and what is the myth and folklore around that region. So the Hole of Horcum is basically a massive hole in the ground. I'll try and get a picture of it first before we go into the history of it. Just bear with me. It is a huge hole, and it is that area is a massive, and it's only about 20 minutes up the road from us, and it's also very much close to, you know, the RAF is it Flyingdales? I always call it the wrong thing. RAF Flyingdales, which is the UK detection warning system for Russia and anywhere from the east. If anyone's going to send anything over, it will come, that will warn us about it. But it's actually a massive, massive, I'm trying to get a good picture of it for you so I can show you it. It's a massive hole. It's like a massive hole in the ground. Just bear with me. And some of the folklore around it. Now, driving past it, you know, because we drive past it quite often, it's the most bizarre thing you can look at, and I'm looking on here. Pictures don't do it justice. They really don't do it justice. So let's just get this up. I'm just going to show you this web page here. We probably won't get as many people coming back, you know, because usually it's sounding better. Thank you. But is the audio okay? Yeah. So I'm just going to use this for an example. We are going to get into all the myths behind it, but I'm just going to show you a little bit about the Hole of Horcum first of all. Now, this stream will be, this is where we're starting, but it's not the only thing we're going to be discussing. But it's like a massive, massive dip in the ground. Hello, Anne, my love. How you doing, sweetie? All right. Just give you a wrench, sweetheart. Did I just say Plisco? Well, I can't see his comment now. I can't see your comment, Plisco. I can see it on my StreamYard, but I can't see it in my phone. I don't know why. Oh, there you are. I've had to... Oh, YouTube's been holding comments, I see. Say something again, Plisco. So, this is a massive... that picture does not do this place justice. If you're driving along the North York Moors, which I recommend everyone does if you're up this area, because it is the most, hello Beck, it is the most beautiful area. It is full of purple heather. It's just a beautiful, beautiful place. And if you're driving along, you look down, there is this massive, massive dip in the ground. Now, I'm just going to give you there is a walks around there, but I'm just going to give you an idea of how deep this hole is. Hi, Dan. The Hole of Horcum is one of the most popular walks in the North York Moors. The hole, as we're calling it, is 400 feet deep. Oh, really, Ted? And a circular to Levisham returns through to the hole. The walk is different to most walks. You start at the highest elevation and walk down. There are spectacular views along this walk. It really is a beautiful, beautiful walk. But I'm just going to show you now just how deep this place is. Okay. Here's the elevation. It is a massive, massive hole. Like I say, this picture doesn't do it justice. It really doesn't. You drive along here, you can pull over just across from it, and you can literally look down to this massive hole in the ground. So now there's lots of rumours about how this started. I'm not going to be reading much chat, by the way, because I'm going to be because I'm presenting a show. When I'm presenting a show, I've got to focus on what I'm doing, otherwise I get distracted by chat. So if you're coming in chat and you're asking me any questions and I don't respond, please don't be offended. I'm going to be glancing at the chat, but I'm not going to be interacting with the chat much at all, because obviously I'm presenting a show, so bear with me. So it is a lovely walk. It's not something that I've ever done because of my back. It'll probably take me years to do, but honestly, the North York Moors are absolutely beautiful, and the heather, the purple heather around there, you've got just like random animals just wandering around completely wild, but you can see there how deep it is. Now, when I first seen it, I was blown away by it. There is a lot of UFO activity around that area, and we will be talking about the UFO activity later on in the show about around that area. Because when my friend came up, Free Speech Warrior, hello darling, if you're listening, we need a big catch up. I did text you, I don't think you've seen it, or I know you've been really busy. There is a lot of UFO activity around there, and I find it really interesting that Flying Dales, or I think that's what it's called, is the US RAF, the US base there, and it has got this massive detection system. It's US and UK RAF base, and it detects anything coming from space. So if any UFOs are going to come down, it can go 5 miles up into space. Maybe it's more than that actually. And it can also, it checks the west for any missiles coming in. So if there was to be a nuclear attack, that's where they'd go, which is quite worrying. But anyway, I digress. UFOs would naturally be attracted to this place because it's detection, you know, they're going to pick it up on whatever systems they would use. So there is, I don't know whether it's to do with that or whether it's just because it's such a mysterious area, but there is high activity around there of UFOs for some reason. So now we get into the myths and legends of what caused this massive hole in the ground. Now, let's not forget that that area is basically built on when we had the last ice age, there was so many of the ice sheets, they joined up and they created, this land is very rich in water. Things grow there because of how rich it is. It's also very limey as well. We have terrible water around here because it's very limescale. So no one knows how this huge hole got to appear in the land. Now, the first thing I thought, was it a meteor? If you want to believe in meteors, could it be a meteor that caused it? So the biggest reason that people believe this happened is caused by a giant. So we're going to get into that now. I'm going to talk about what, you know, why people believe that this was caused by a giant. I'm just going to remove that link there. Okay, so that's gone. Right, welcome everybody. You might have noticed that they've demonetized this channel, which is fine because I wasn't that bothered about it anyway, because we can be a bit more free over here now, which is actually a good thing. But I'd already turned off memberships anyway. It's a good job I did, really, isn't it? So we're going to get into the myth behind the why this hole is here. Okay, so this stream is going to just be about the myths and legends, and we will touch on some UFO stuff as well for this region. Now, let me know here if anybody has heard of Wade the Giant. Let me know. If you're coming in, thanks for joining me. If you enjoy the usual sort of content on my other channel, you might not like this sort of stuff. This is definitely a curious bunny type stream, so it's more about presenting a podcast. Hopefully you guys will find this information interesting. I do. No, okay, so Wade the Giant is apparently, he lived there. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I do believe in giants. I do, whether they're not here anymore, but I do genuinely believe that there were giants here once. So I'm going to, hopefully you'll be able to see this now because I've made it bigger. Let me know if you can read that okay. And I'll give you the story of Wade the Giant. So, a stone's throw away from Rydale. Yeah, do you believe in giants as well? No one else has heard of him apart from Lottie. Hello, my lovely. A stone's throw away from Rydale. This is all in North Yorkshire, which is up the road from me. It's the Hole of Horcum, which we've just been looking at some pictures. It's also known as the Devil's Punch Bowl. This extensive valley, like many of the features on the North Yorkshire moors, is said to have been the creation of our beloved giant Wade, and locals actually believe in Wade. As a loving husband, Wade built his lady wife Belle a causeway to allow her to take her cows to and from the moors for grazing and milking as needed. This can be seen today as a mile-long stretch at Wheeldale Moor. His doting wife helped him in his venture by scooping up rocks and stones in her apron, but alas, her apron strings snapped, scattering them far and wide, which is why there are so many dispersed across the moors. So across, hello beautiful, across the North York moors, you will see rocks just randomly all over the place. There are also monoliths all over the place as well. It's a crazy place, honestly, and it's a bit of a secret because not many people know about it. Not many people have been there. It's like a little area that's tucked away. Hello everyone coming in. Hello Helen, hello DJ. I'm not going to do my individual hellos because I want to crack on with this podcast, but thank you anyone that's here. This will be available on the replay, so if you want to come in at a later date, if you're busy or whatever, you can come in at a later date and watch this. It will be left up. Okay, so this is why they say there's so many rocks around the North York moors. Now, Wade and Belle are reported to have both built Mulgrave Castle and Pickering Castle, taking up residence in the former during their time together. As the couple decided to enter into their construction work at the same time and being somewhat impoverished, the couple sadly had only one hammer between them. Thankfully, being the giants that they were able to shout over the 22-mile distance when one was in need of his valued item and close the distance by throwing the item to one another, thus removing the need for two of the same items. They were just throwing the hammer to each other when they needed it. Like all marriages, however, couples were not immune from the odd disagreement. In a vicious row, their anger spilled out, and Wade, in the thralls of his rage, scooped up some earth. Now, this is how they're saying the Hole of Horcum was created again. People, you can believe it or not, this is the myths and the legends. If people are saying this is silly and it's not real, then that's okay, but this is the wrong channel. Okay, this is the myth of how it was created. So he scooped up some earth to throw at his wife. Happily, he missed his target, though the place where his projectile landed created blaky topping. And the hole from which he picked up his weapon is now known as the Hole of Horcum. So this is the myths behind the Hole of Horcum. Our visit here began with a hearty, full English as people went there. Breakfast and early set off from our cottage. So these people went to visit there. Now, you may have heard of Goathland as well. Goathland is the set of Heartbeat as well. It's a beautiful area. It is honestly one of the most amazing areas ever. We've still never even visited Goathland, me and the hubby. We should do, but we drive past it a lot. So I'm going to get some more details on Wade the Giant, but that's the story of how this was created. Now, obviously, others say that it was it could have been created by a meteor. You know, no one really knows who or what created the Hole of Horcum, but it is worth a visit. So we've never been in it. Hello Linda, we drive past. I've not seen you for ages, my love. We've never been in it, but we drive past it a lot. So here's some more pictures of it here. It is a beautiful look. It looks like, so this heather here is all across there. It's beautiful. It's more than a valley. Yeah, you can see it there. Look at it. It looks like it's a massive hole in the ground. Hi Sim, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Please hit the like if you're coming in, or the dislike if you don't like this sort of content. It all helps the channel. I know, Linda, where you been, my lovely? I hope you're okay, sweetheart. Hope you're okay, my love. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. I know, I'd love to take you there. Hello, love. I really would. You got to get up here then, haven't you, sweetheart? Got to get up here. I'll take you in the big hole. This is it in the snow. Isn't it beautiful? You're right, George. You okay? We had some right snow yesterday. So there you go. So there's a picture there. So I'm going to link this because this is quite... Oh, shit. What have I just pressed? Hang on a minute. Oh, fucking hell. I'm going to link this here into here. Oh, hang on a minute. Is that who you are, Helen? Hang on, let me just get... I haven't even checked your channel yet. Have you changed your name? Oh, no. Nothing's happened between you and Mr. Frosty, has it, my love? I hope not. You were the sweetest couple ever. Yeah, Lottie, you're moving here, aren't you? So, hopefully you are anyway. So, this Hole of Horcum, this is where I wanted to start with the giants, the giant myth. But I cannot recommend this place enough. Now, hopefully next summer, if I'm, having a good day with my back, and I'll take it very, very, very slowly. There's a little farm there, look. I'd love to go and do like a gentle walk, but, you couldn't do it in one go. But you can imagine all the wildlife over here. We had a tiny bit of... Oh, no. Oh, no, Helen. I'm so sorry, darling. Had you moved? Sorry, guys. I've known Helen for a number of years, and her fella in Canada, they met on YouTube and they met in real life. I think it was about 4 years ago, and it was the sweetest thing. Oh, Helen, I'm sorry to hear that, love. It's beautiful there. You see, a lot of people have only heard of like the Pennines. Look how purple it is. It's just mad. So this is the myth of the giant. Now, I would like to do a live stream delving deeper into giants, because I'm a big believer. Whether they're real now, I don't know, but I am a big believer in giants. So it's a 4 foot deep natural cauldron, is what they're calling it here, which measures about 3/4 of a mile across, and it's evolved over thousands of years since the last ice age. This is the official story, and obviously the myth and the legend is what we're going to be focusing on, because that's what we do over here. This explanation is far more less interesting, and then it talks about the it's Yorkshire's answer to the Grand Canyon is somewhat of an exaggeration, but it is a really, really cool area. And when my friend came over, Free Speech Warrior, she came over recently. We haven't been up there yet, but it is something we want to do. She said to me that her friend who lives up there says it's a massive hotspot for UFOs. They're always around, and you can actually see the full galaxy from there. The Milky Way, high peaky. So that area there is one of the best in Europe, apparently, to see the sky on a clear night. Can you imagine if the Northern Lights were bright that day? Can you imagine how beautiful it would be? So that is something we want to do as well. We would love to have a drive up. Maybe the winter would be better, because we could go while it's earlier, couldn't we? But I'm just going to give you a quick example of some of the shots. Hang on a sec. Let me know as well if you enjoy this sort of content. Let me know what you like. It really helps me out knowing the sort of stuff that you like. I know a lot of people were asking for this because you find it interesting. I'm going to quickly show you a shot. We should go up there because it's dark now at like 4 o'clock, isn't it? So if we get a clear night, I don't know if AI is listening, but we'll have to drive up. Take the old telescope. Just bear with me, folks. I had a bit of a disaster first stream, didn't I? That's why I gave up. I was like, do you know what? They actually do what they call a dark skies festival as well round here, because apparently it's just so beautiful. You can see everything where the Hole of Horcum is, and they actually do a dark skies festival. I think it's in February. We still haven't got round to doing it yet, but we should really. We should get round to doing it, because I can just, yeah, we need to get a decent camera really, I suppose, don't we? But I'm just going to give you a quick example of what the skies look like up there if you're in the Hole of Horcum. Here we go. Just going to show you this, and then we're going to move on. We're going to talk about other myths and legends in that area. Hello everybody, welcome. Sorry I'm not being very interactive with chat, but it's not one of them shows. So look at that. Now you can literally, it's one of the best in the UK and Europe to see the Milky Way. It's beautiful. So it's one thing I want to do. I would love to go over there about, you could go over about 6 o'clock, couldn't you? There's no light pollution. It's gorgeous, isn't it? It's nice that you've got people that you know as well. Hello, Stephen. Honestly, hello. Right, I met Hello recently. Who's it? I met Hello recently over in Shagger's channel. She's lovely and she's very welcome here. Right, okay, so we've got 40, what, a Zero's here as well. Hello Zero, how you doing? Hi everyone coming in. There's some people that I've not seen for ages coming in, like Helen. I'm so glad. Right, so no, this is near me. This is the North York Moors. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about myth and legends of the North York Moors. But I thought, as we're here, you need to see this area. Honestly, it's beautiful. I don't know if you missed the start of the show, Zero, but this area has got a massive hole in the ground, a massive hole, and it just looks like a perfect circle from above. And there's a lot of UFO activity around there. And there's also the myth is that there's a giant called Wade who lived there once, and I really do believe in giants. I'm not saying now, but I do believe they were here. And the rumour is that they scooped it up. You can see the sheep, look. This is Yorkshire. You can see the sheep. I guess there's no sheep grazing in Arizona, but who knows. They scooped up the land and threw some at his wife because they were arguing. And that is what the legend is. Wade the Giant did the Hole of Horcum, and it's just a myth and a legend around here. And because it is we're sort of tucked away up here, and a lot of people, hi Jen Love, don't realise the history and everything else. But there is a lot, there is, Stephen, there's a lot of UFO activity. Now we're going to be talking about later on in the show, we are going to be talking about a UFO hotspot, but it is actually West Yorkshire. But at least it is still, at least it is still Yorkshire. Hello Tony, how you doing, my friend? Tony says a giant, hang on, let me just get his comment up on the screen so you can see it. A giant petrified, I spelt that wrong, pedriide, I can't speak, tree stump on the right, was there? I can't see that. That's like a big, that's the ground, that I think. But there is definitely, like, we should do a show on giants. We are due. Hello Carlos, let me sort your spanner out. How you doing, mate? Yeah, I had to restart the stream. I lost my temper with it, to be honest, so it was doing my head in. So okay, So I hope you're enjoying it. Seen the moon earlier today. We had a beaver moon last week, didn't we? I didn't get to take any pictures of it. I didn't get to see the bloody beaver moon, which I'm gutted about. So let me just give me a moment, folks. I just need to get into my emails, and because this show was set up for a few weeks ago, and one thing after another, I've had to move it. I'm kind of looking back now for all the articles that I found. Because you know me, folks, I like to get articles together ready for the show. So let me just have a look, because there's so many myths and legends of this area. Witchcraft is a big one, a massive myth around this area. Oh no, naughty bunny. I am naughty, honestly. So one of the other myths around this area is the wolf man, or the black dog. Black dog law of the North York Moors. This is another one I found really interesting. So this area is just full of history. Many said that Wade the Giant, by the way, was actually an Anglo-Saxon. That's how recent in history people believe this was. Yeah, a lot. That's the thing. Most people have heard of the Peak District. Most people have heard of the Yorkshire Moors, but the North York Moors is a different region, and it's actually a part of a national park as well. A lot of people don't realise this, but it is the national park. What's Jen saying? I was busy making some hearty chicken and rice soup. Oh, have you really? Well, I don't eat chicken, as you know. Hi Rick, how you doing? Good to see you. I'll give you a spanner, mate. Rick's been with us quite a while, and he now goes over to the Shagger Show, or whatever you want to, whatever it's called these days. Veli's become like some sort of leader now. We joke about Veli. Veli's become too big for us now, you see. American Werewolf in London. Hello, Alan Edge. My YouTube husband's here. Oh my goodness. Right. So this again is one of the other big folklores in this area. Is this? It's the black dog law, taking babies. That's not good, is it? The slaughtered lamb. So hello Peter, how you doing? So the North York Moors of North East Yorkshire, again we're just down the road, are well known for their witch folklore and lore around hybrid human and animal beings, including the witch hares of Danby Dale, Westerdale and Farndale, mermen and women, not just mermaids. I know it does look horrible, doesn't it? Of the coast at places such as Skinning Grove, and for fairy legends and the stories of the Hobbs. We've covered this before briefly. We covered the triangle, what's it called now? You know where the monolith is in the north, in the Yorkshire Wolds, the monolith that me and Free Speech went to. I might show that video in a bit actually. It's not in the North York Moors, but it is in that region. Hello, do you like this sort of content, love? Because I know you've not really been over this channel before, have you, darling? I don't really use this channel that much anymore. Hi Peaky, how you doing? Hi Saskia. Yeah, they're not sending out notifications, unfortunately. They are. Hello YouTube wife, daughter on the way. Yeah, I've got my YouTube. You like it, Helen? I'm glad you guys find it interesting. Kandahar Giant. Yeah, we did cover that briefly. I think if we do a giant show, it will be doing that. Oh, I'm glad you like it, darling. Right, I'm just having a bit of my tea. I won't be a sec. If you want, have a quick break while I have a bit of my tea. Go and put the kettle on, guys. We'll have a little break and then we'll get into the black dog law. And I know not a lot of people like this sort of content, but for the people that do, it is interesting, you know. And apologies why I haven't been putting videos out on my new channel yet, but I will. I've just not had a chance today. Now let's not forget as well, this region up here on the northeast is where the Vikings came in. They all came in over here, way before the after the Anglo-Saxons, and there was a lot of battles fought out. And before that, we had the Romans, and the history in this area. Like, I don't live in the North York Moors, but I live just off it, the Yorkshire Wolds, which is a smaller area, but it is just off the North York Moors. And our local church, the cross there, I've showed it you before. The cross is from 629 AD. Just like bear that in mind, 629 AD. The earliest of the Anglo-Saxons, when they converted to Christianity, that they've tested the stone used in that, and it actually came from Whitby, which is an hour in the car. So you're looking at a couple of days traveling by foot. Okay, so to get to where that is now from Whitby, it's actually Whitby rock, Whitby stone, whatever you want to call it, limestone. Okay, so they've tested the rock, so they know, hi Scully, they know that this stone to make this cross came from Whitby. Now in 6 AD, how they got that cross from Whitby, and it's one of the old-fashioned crosses in the circle as well, the Celtic type. This is way before, you know, we had Anglo-Saxon era, Anglican Church and whatnot. So how did they transport this cross from Whitby, which is in the North Yorkshire area, to here? Was it giants? I think it was. Hi, Mr. Steve. I genuinely believe that giants moved that. But we're going to be looking at the monoliths as well. There's a lot of monoliths around here. And how did they get there? Now, the monolith that me and Free Speech Warrior visited, was it last year? That is from 2000 BC, at least. So let's just get it into our heads. 2000 BC, and it's the same stone again. It's come from Whitby. It's the same rock. They've tested it. How did that? And it's huge, and I'll show you it in a bit. Said the barmaid. Said the vicar to the barmaid. How did they get that there? You got to wonder. Aliens, says Mara. Carried it, says Ella. Was it giants carrying it? Is the question. We don't know. It is a mystery. So I'm just going to read a little bit about this black dog folklore here. How you doing, Elsie? I'm catching the odd bit of chat, okay, because I'm not really properly in chat, but I'm catching the odd bit. So the North York Moors and North East Yorkshire are well known for the folklore, as we know, as an intensive Mesothelic and Neothelic landscape. There are thousands of burial holes on the moors, often on the, oh God, escarpments and watersheds. There is a lot of burial mounds, and there is a lot of monoliths, and there's a lot of random rocks thrown about. It really is a really interesting area. I do want to get over there as well, just to let you all know. I will be going over that way. Probably not in this horrible weather, because I've got the pups with me, but we will be going over there. I'm just going to try and leave me on the screen and make this bigger. Let me know if you can see that. If not, I'll make it bigger again. Try and do it so that everyone can read what I'm doing. I don't know if it'll let me go any bigger. Let's have a look. Oh, it will. Okay. Can't get rid of that. I'm sorry. It's stuck there. Okay. Yeah, spring. So an intensive, I've read that, haven't I? So among the Roman roads, because the Romans were all here as well, among the Roman, that support thing's really pissing me off. I buy them a coffee, do you think they'll get rid of it? do you think they'll let me get rid of that if I buy them a coffee? Because it's really irritating, isn't it? So among the Roman roads and villas, prehistoric rock art abounds as well. So when you think about like Aborigines and all their art, what they did, it's all round here as well. This history is on our doorstep. Hello, Texas. How you doing, my friend? So the Viking burial ground at Life was full of hogsback graves, including that of what is known locally as the gingerbread man, a man being eaten alive by dogs. So this is where we get into the black dog folklore. I'm just going to make it full screen. But that thing is really pissing me off. But if I click it, it's just going to take me to another page, isn't it? Yeah, Jorvik is pretty awesome. It is. Have you been there? We went there a couple of years ago. It's better now. There's an actual rail link going underneath it where you actually sit down and drive through. I think I did a video on that as well, actually, once. So the gingerbread man. So that is another myth, and a man that was eaten alive by dogs. It is actually probably a representation of the Norse god Tyr. I can't say Tyr, a god of the hanged, of dead places of war, being torn apart by the wolf Fenrir. Tyr, I can't say it. I'm just going to call him Tyr for now. Is otherwise known as the leavings of the wolf. This is perhaps the first emergent visualization of the black dog lore of the Moors and the relationship of the dog to death, witches and burial grounds. So this guy, bunnies, dogs, bunnies, help, animals. So this guy, the gingerbread man, was apparently eaten by dogs. Okay, I think he turned into one, but let's read on. So Marx Alexander, in his populist book on the exorcist Reverend Donald Omand, recounts a story of Omand visiting Kettleness just north of Ly's Church and burial ground in the 1950s. Omand had received a letter from the local schoolmaster, who with some acquaintances had been terrified as a black dog came out of the air from the sea at Kettleness. So this was in the 1950s, okay? And this guy who written a book, he had a letter from the local schoolmaster, okay? Omand himself accompanied the master, so he went to see him, and himself apparently encountered the black dog, which he exorcised with holy water. So this reverend was an exorcist and he wrote books. This was in the 50s. That's how recent this was. And he went along and he exorcised the dog. Just having a quick drink of my tea, sorry. Right, I'm back. Okay, how are you all doing? Oh, Bunny, maybe I shouldn't go on ginger. Well, we don't you being the gingerbread woman, do we? Hello, love. Yeah, Saski's got a cup of tea. Have we all got our drinks there? What we all drinking tonight? You should exercise your dog every day. You certainly should. My dogs are here, passed out on the bed. They've both been out today. What name would you name a black dog? Is this a joke? Ella, don't ever get rid of your red hair. It's her hair. Ella can sit on her hair. It's that long, isn't it, love? She can sit on it. Sparkling water, says Helen. Is this a joke, Alan Edge? So this story, this guy, this Reverend Osmond, he wrote a book all about exorcism. He wrote a very popular book. This webmaster, this schoolmaster in the 1950s contacted him. There's a black dog come out the sea. We've seen it. He went down. He's seen it as well, and they exorcised it. Okay. Now the master was actually hospitalised with mental illness afterwards as a consequence of these events. So in the olden days, even in the 50s, they all thought they were nuts. Okay. They all thought that anyone that's seen anything like that was nuts, and you're in the nut house. Why they are closing asylums, though, I don't know. I do agree there was too many people in them, but I have hair to my bum. She really does. You know, they need them open for, they do need them open because there are some genuine nutters around, and a lot of them are actually on this platform. Just saying, you know, they should reopen the asylums. But people like this, they should not be in an asylum. So they actually hospitalised this guy, the poor guy. Now, Simon Isherwood, who I think he's written on this Osmond guy, not Osmond, has noted that Osmond, who's the reverend, had previously been to Kettleness and heard stories from a fisherman of the black dog. So why wasn't he hospitalised as well, is the question. He states that Osmond had also noted that perhaps Stoker had based, now we're going to get into that in a moment as well, Stoker had based the black dog incarnation of Dracula on the Kettleness stories and thought that Stoker may have visited there. Now we're going to get into that in a moment, but Whitby is synonymous with Dracula. And that again, it's not in the North York Moors, but it's in the North York area, the North Yorkshire area, and it's all part of one big region. Okay? Poor man barking, man. Peter. Alan Edge, you're not on your game tonight with the jokes. Peter's winning. Whether the unlikely provenance of this recent tale of the black dog of the moors has been, oh God, I hate this word, ubiquitous, probably said it wrong, in local folklore, often in the guise of bar guest or beer ghost, a black dog who haunts burial grounds and warns of impending death. Although in local lore, witches, of which there were many in the northernmost dales like Commondale and Westerdale, were most likely to take the form of hares. I've heard this before, hares, to bewitch cattle or to avoid pursuit. They also often took the form of black dogs. Let's not forget that hares are the indigenous lagomorphs of these isles. Rabbits are not indigenous. They came over with the Romans, a very long time ago. I think we can call them indigenous by now because they've been here so long, but hares go back further. Hang on a minute, where were we? So Peter N. Walker notes that as late as the 1930s, just mispronounced this. The 1930s, a local Yorkshireman farm labourer had asked for a damaged sixpence to shoot a witch. This is the local. This is 1930s now. He'd asked for a sixpence to shoot a witch who had taken the form of a dog and was bothering sheep. Only silver could kill the witch. Similarly, Marion Atkinson, in her book on the North York Moors, lore recounts the landscape legends of Hart's Leap on Glaisdale Rig. Here the dogs are called the Gabriel Ratchet, literally dialect for corpse hounds, and hearing them presaged one's death. Geographically, this is only a few miles from the location of the hybrid monster Guy Trash of Goathland at Julian Park, although the Guy Trash is more goat than a dog. There's so much up here. I bet no one wants to visit now, do you? Isle of Wight rabbits everywhere. Yeah, red squirrel. I love red squirrel. Oh, this place is insane, and all this is happening in one little region. Now there could be other areas around here that have similar. In the UK. So I have my hair to my bum. She does. Right. Where are we getting now? So I'm glad you've fitted in. Hello. It's I knew you'd fit in here. You got to be a little bit nuts to get to fit in. You suited well. Where are we now? Right. So Peter Walker, not Faulkner, our foremost writer on the Northern Moors, notes the stories of the bargist of the Egerton Church of St Hilda, long associated with the local mass house and the executed Catholic martyr Nicholas Prosgate. The bargist here haunts the land around the church, foretelling death to the people of the Dale. So I'm going to link this in. There is a lot of information in here. They might think I'm a gingerbread lady. Well, if you are, you're about to get devoured by dogs, love, which doesn't sound very pleasant. But then you might come out the other side as a dog lady and have all these mystical powers. So as you can see, right, let me just see what else we've got. I think that's it now. As you can see, there is a hell of a lot of information. Now, I have kindly asked for a Kindle for Christmas. And if I get it, I'm going to get these books. So I'm just going to show you this quickly. These are all the books where this information is coming from. So if anyone's interested in this, that's all the books there. All right. I have linked to this as well. So if you're interested, I would like to read all these books, because I'm only giving you a little brief overview of all of this. It's okay, giddy kippers. It will be left up. This will be left up. So if anybody's watching, if you've missed the start, feel free to rewind or watch later. It's totally up to you guys. But like I say, it will be left up for anyone to watch. I hope you guys are finding this interesting. I found when I started reading into this, I found this like really, really interesting. And that's why I decided to do a show on it. But obviously, if you guys are getting bored and you're not into this sort of thing, let me know. But I do think it's worth leaving this up anyway, because even if people want to come back in the future and watch this, because it is a really interesting place. It is a beautiful place where we live, and it is a really interesting place as well. Now let me just have a quick look and see, because it's been a few weeks, you see. It's so annoying because all of the information that I gathered is hidden in a separate file. So let me just look. There's so much history though. There's a lot of monoliths as well, which I find really interesting. Now we went to a monolith, me and Free Speech Warrior, just outside. Fair enough, it wasn't in the North York Moors, but the hang on a minute, get this picture up. The Yorkshire Wolds are just next to it. Now there's something I wanted to show you as well, just going back briefly to the giant wade. Who's going to bed? Is someone going to bed? Who's off to bed? Oh, not this again. One person will say they're going, right? And then somebody will say good night to that person. And then I will say good night to the person saying good night to that person, until we're all saying good night to each other and the person's already gone. So I'm going to have a quick look. Who's going? Helen's going. Saskia's going. Hello's going. Who's going? Good night to the person that's going. Now, just wanted to get back to this quickly, because I did forget about this. My bad. Going back to the giant, there are actually rocks up here. Helen is going. Right, good night, Helen, my love. I'm sorry to hear about you and Mr. Frosty. I'm really sad. Had he moved here, though? Because that would be tragic, wouldn't it, if he'd moved all the way from Canada? Elo's not going. Saskia's not going. So for those of you who aren't going, thank you for being here. You'll get used to Lord Jim Dandy, Alan Edge, my YouTube husband, but he's changed his name, but I still call him that. So this is the North Rock. Now let's bear in mind, these rocks just appear. They just appeared, and locals believe that this is one of the rocks that Wade the giant, some bird here, took a picture of herself with the rock. Okay. Lots of pictures of the rock. Now that is the North Rock. Okay. Now we're going to have the South Stone. Now the South, so this is Wade the giant, remember, Another view of the stone, this is the south one, taken on the 24th of March 2008, seems to show to be a depression surrounding the hole that the stone sat in. So it's obviously fallen over for whatever reason. Great game though, Penny. A game of who's go. I know. So it fell over, look. I don't know what it's doing today. We need to go and have a look at this now and see what's happening. Because these are quite old pictures. So 2002, my lad gets stoned in 2002. Someone's having fun there. The latest picture we have is of 2008 and it's fell over. So who's been pushing over rocks? I've heard of cow pushing, cow tipping. I don't think Wade the Giant would be very happy about this. And there is also, just going back to this, a Wade's Lane. He's even got his own road named after him. Now this website's quite a good website as well. Let me just link this in. If you're interested in this sort of stuff, I try and link as much information as I can of any research I've found. I definitely think Elo's fitting right in. So it just, this website here gives a little bit of information, and there's clippings here, and one of this is coming from 1637. Now Camden mentions these stones in his Britannia of 1637. They're mentioned. Hard by upon a steep hill, howbeit between two others higher than it, toward the sea, stood by report the castle of Wade, a Saxon duke, who in that confused anarchy of the Northumbrias and massacre of princes and nobles, having combined with those that murdered King Ethelred, gave battle unto King Ardulf at Whalley in Lancashire. So this is how far back these stones are mentioned. Now, again, is mentioned there in a book in 1930. So it's worth looking at this. Like I say, I've linked it if you want to go for a gander. This is all to do with the giant. My bad. I meant to add this on earlier. My bad. All right. So we've covered dogmen and the giant Wade. Now, I do want to cover witchcraft, but I think that's going to be its own stream. Investigate, Penny. Investigate what? There's so much to investigate. How you doing? What have you done to me? I will never look at a fish finger. You lot are being naughty again, aren't you? Are you lot being naughty? I think you might be. Now, do you know what I find really interesting? You guys may think this is nothing, right? But there's been a lot of UFO sightings, and we're going to look at some in a moment. But look at this. So this area is synonymous with witches. I think the witches is that there's so much to cover on the witches round here. I think we'll do a second show on the witches. I don't know about you guys, but there's so much information on the witches that it wouldn't fit in a show just on myths and legends. So look out for part 2 that will cover the witches. Because I want to also cover, I don't want to be on much longer, I want to also cover the UFO sightings. Now, myths and folklore isn't really about UFO sightings, but in my opinion, it's all linked in, because what is attracting the UFOs, if you believe in UFOs, to this area is the question. Are they coming to look for Wade the Giant? So look at this, folks. Let me know whether you find this, if you think this is nothing. Now, somebody put an FOI in. Would love to hear about the witches. Yes, I'll be covering that. I was going to cover it here, but there's too much information, so we'll do a separate show on the witches of North Yorkshire. Because lo and behold, you won't believe this, but the Pendle witches over in Lancashire, some of them were brought over here, and some of them were actually killed in my town square. So there you go. Maybe Elo's a witch. Witches have long hair, don't they? So it must be attracting it. Exactly. Better not come up here then, Elo, because you'll end up they'll think you're a witch, love. My nose is starting now, and God, I'm still not 100% right, you know. This is why I've not been streaming. Right, so someone did an now I can't speak. Someone did an FOI, a Freedom of Information request, on UFO sightings in this area for 2022 to 2023. I'm getting congested. 2023 to the police. Now, I don't know whether you guys know this, but you can put one in. And by law, you can't do it about an individual. This is where some people get wrong with red fiery hair. There are white witches too. There are, but I get confused about that because surely all witches are... Anyway, so I'm not going to read chat because I get distracted. So basically, there's been a lot of activity around here, and we're going to have a quick look at that in a moment. But before we do that, somebody put in a Freedom of Information request to the police, and you can put this in if it's to a public body. So some people believe, and they're wrong, that you can put a Freedom of Information request in on an individual person. No, you can't. That is against the law in this country. But you can put in an FOI to a public body like the police, the BBC. You can do it to the hospital or your GP to see what information they hold on you. And they have to give it you unless they use one of the get out clauses. Which one of the get out clauses is it's not in the public interest, or they can get around it, right? So somebody put in an FOI on UFO reports in the area of Harrogate, which is again in North Yorkshire. Okay. And so this is what this person said. And just see if the date's on here. I know it's for the 22-23, so it couldn't have been that long ago. So it was for... Okay. Could I please request all available UFO reports in the area of Harrogate? This person said. I understand that digital records will only go back so far. Please send me the available reports you have been using these keywords: UFO, flying saucer, strange lights, spaceship and spacecraft, etc. If my request is too broad, please advise me. Include full witness testimony. I bet the police hate getting these because they know they've got 28 days to respond and they have to do it unless they can find a get around. Can you imagine getting this job? So you've got to go and find every single report with any of these words in. Right, so the response. There was no... Right. Now, there was no response because usually you'd have the request. So I've seen these before. Request, and this is from just a random member of the public. Anyone can do it. I could do it. I might do it. Shall I do it for my area and see what happens? Response was nothing. And then the decision. The decision was, your request for information has now been considered and I am not obliged to supply the information requested. That's a big fat no. So the police refused this member of the public, who they're supposed to work for us, to provide the information on UFO sightings around his town. I'm presuming it's his town or her town. And then it goes on. This is the reason. They have to give a reason. And one of the reasons is section 40. So they've got a little get out clause and they've used this one. I have decided not to provide witness testimonies pursuant to section 40. Point 2. I have green eyes, hello. Do you have green eyes? This is to refrain from incidents becoming identifiable and consequently the personal details of any person involved being disclosed, as this is individuals' personal data. There you go. So you can't ask about an individual. There's a few people on YouTube that have got it in their heads that they can do an FOI on individuals on YouTube. You can't. Just saying. I have, however, decided to provide you with some statistics. 2 girls with green eyes, Big Trouble in Little China, Big Trouble in Little Yorkshire. Yeah, 2 girls with green eyes are apparently the rarest. They are the rarest. Apart from golden eyes and amber eyes. So they're not going to provide the information, but they've provided this little bit here to keep this person quiet. A search was conducted on keywords and provided 2 incidents matching. So he asked for everything in 2022 and 2023 and they refused, but they've given him, here we go, here. Now, when an individual can be identified, releasing it would clearly breach the first data protection. But surely, right, how would that, Nicola's got green eyes, how would releasing hello Candice, a testimony of an eyewitness to see a UFO, how would that break some sort of data protection? Like if someone said, you know, witness 1 or witness A, I seen a green light flying through the sky, and they provided that, how is that giving it away? It's crazy. Terry Knowles banned again. You can't trust girls with green eyes, says banned again. Well, I'm not saying a word. I am not saying a word. So here we go. They're using it again. So they found two. They're saying they found 2 articles. One from 2008 and one from 2009. But they're not going to show it. Look at this. So we found 2. Here they are. But there's nothing there. And they're now using that again. Now they're using Section 17 of the Act requires North Yorkshire, when refusing to provide information, to provide you, the applicant, with a notice which states the fact, specifies the exemption. So they're refusing it again. So they've said, right, we found 2, but you're not having them. And now they're using the Data Protection Act. So basically, North Yorkshire Police are giving this person the runaround. Hello's Terry Knowles, you've not seen hello before. You might have once. She's come over from another community, which she found that community from another community. So she's quite new to both the communities, and she's come over here, and she's got our sense of humour. She's a nice girl, and she can sit on her own hair. So again, they're refusing it. I'm not going to read all this because it's just bollocks, but they're saying that they're not going to release it, and that's it. Tough shit. So now I find that interesting. You guys may not find that interesting, but why on earth would the police refuse? Hello, rice and peas. I've seen a ghost, but not a UFO. When we do our next open panel on this channel, where are we now? What day are we on? We're on Wednesday. So I am due an open panel soon. I think we'll do a paranormal one. Before I just finish off this with a bit more of UFO stuff, and I'm going to stop because how long have I been going? It's over an hour. I didn't want to keep this long because I like to keep my podcasts under an hour and a half, purely because people watch on the replay. They want to gather the information, then go. Just before we move on, has anybody here got a UFO? Have seen a UFO, have seen a flying saucer or an alien or a creature? Have we got anyone that's seen anything paranormal or weird? So like a shadow figure, I don't know, a fairy. Yes, says Peaky. Yes, mate. Oh, he's not talking to me. Some of us are loyal. He's going to play you up. Hello. Terry Knowles is going to play you up. Hello. I've not heard your voice. Would you come up on another show? Have you got any spooky stories, my lovely? I've seen a big cat, says Terry Knowles. Brilliant. I've seen a ghost. Lots of activity. Yes, Nicola's got a lot of activity. Seen an orb. Who here would come up if I set up a paranormal stream for this weekend? You guys let me know now if it's worth it, because we've got our fridge stream Friday, so it would probably be either, I like to do them on a Friday night, my open panels, and I've got a stream on Friday, so it might be either Saturday or Sunday, or it might be next weekend, but forget the whens. Would you come up? So hello, would you come up on panel? You don't have to go on camera and tell us your experience of seeing a ghost. Would you come up, Alan Edge? Or are you all a bit shy? I'm a little I know you are, you told me. She did, she told me she's a little cockney. So far we've got no one prepared. You see, it's pointless we're setting up an open panel if no one's going to come up. Okay? Okay, so anyone, have a think about it. I'll ask again at the end. Okay, you don't have to go on camera. It's just like a call in, and you just give us your experience. Too shy? Why are you too shy? There's nothing to be shy about. You don't have to go on camera. Come on, Alan Edge, be brave. So, right, we might be doing a paranormal. I'm doing my fridge stream on Friday. I hope someone's going to come on my fridge stream. I'm very upset if you don't. I will if I get brave. What do I need to do? What do I need to do? Yeah. What do I need to do to get you brave, my love? I'll sweet talker. I'll sweet talker. Be right back. I have to attend. I thought you said offend my usual routine. I'm going to say. Okay, so Jen is attending her usual routine. I don't even want to know what she usually attends at this time of night. TMI, Jen, keep you attending to yourself, my lovely. So we're going to be looking now, before we go, at the UFO. What is attracting the UFOs? Like I said, the witches is going to be a separate thing. We're going to do a separate show because there's just too much to cover in one show. How's the audio, by the way? Is it okay? Right, I've just found something. Hang on a minute. Right, I found something, but it's from a YouTuber, and if I show his stuff, he might strike us, so it's pointless. I don't like showing other YouTubers' work. I like to find the source myself. So there is a lot of UFO activity, and I believe that there is something. What is causing the giants, the witches, the dogmen? What is causing all of this activity in this area? Whatever it is, in my opinion, attracting the UFOs. You know, you sound great. Well, thank you very much. Who's lumberjacking? What happens to the fridge live? So basically, Ello. Now, I know West does this, but I started doing this during lockdown, right? And all it is just, I'm going to try and get the person who helped me originally, get him on, who started it all. It just shows us the fridge. It's just a bit of fun. Thank you for the sound, letting me know the sound's good. It's just a bit of fun. You show your fridge. So, what's in your fridge? It's just a nosy stream. It's a bit like through the keyhole, but through the fridge door. Yeah, and it's just a bit of fun. And I will also be doing my fridge. I will have to record it that day and play it, because obviously I'm going to be hosting a live panel, so I can't be walking around, but I will be showing the fridge. You've changed your profile picture back, hello. You've changed it, haven't you? Yeah, that's your original one, isn't it? But that's my favourite. Posh you are. Who's posh? Oh, Hartford. Yeah, posh. Right, so there's so much activity around here. But one of them, mine's always thought, well, get it out. Get that door open. Right, so that'll be Friday night. So I need fridge people to come up and do a fridge update. Again, it's just a bit of fun. It's something that I was doing years ago. Some of you will remember my fridge streams. LC was in. I've done a bit of research. My last fridge stream was in May 2021. So that's how long it's been since I did my last fridge stream. So this here, yeah, fair enough. This isn't in the Yorkshire Wars, but it is still in the Yorkshire area. This was seen. This was only recently as well, you know. Look at this. Now, this reminds me of another thing that I did a video on a couple of years ago. It's the same thing. Now, I believe that these things are watchers. Now, again, it sounds a bit crazy, but bear with me. Now, do you remember Game Vet who used to come up? And he said that he's seen these things floating around that look like dustbins. Okay. Do you remember them? Lee remembers my fridge streams. Yeah. They were the OG fridge streams. And they were legendary in these parts. We're bringing them back once a month for a bit of fun. Fridge is empty now. The beer's gone. It's just fun, guys. No one's going to judge you on your fridge. We've had people come up and show an empty fridge that's just full of ice. Doesn't matter. Thank you for you are welcome, lovely. So this thing here, now we've seen these before. I believe that people might say that's nothing. There's similar things. I'm going to find the video in a minute on this channel. I'm going to find it. Just bear with me. So this was witnessed just this year over the North York, over the Dales, not far at all. Observers were left puzzled after spotting a strange unidentified object floating above Whernside, one of Yorkshire's three peak mountains. It was reportedly on Sunday afternoon. This was from, I think it was September. Where are we? Why can't I see the date? 8th of September this was. It wasn't long ago. Yeah, do you remember? Yeah, I'll contact him. I've not seen him for ages. So apparently this image was shared on the North Yorkshire Weather Updates page on Facebook, prompting a number of fanciful explanations. Someone said it looked like the Starship Enterprise. Others said it looked like a puff of smoke. But there's other things. Oh no, Glasgow. I'm sorry to hear that, Glasgow Dave. Why are you in hospital, mate? You okay? Hello, E17. But yeah, that's what we'll call her. Penny, I may come on Friday. Again, TMI, guys. We don't need to know what you guys are doing in your personal time. Okay? Alan Edge may be coming on Friday. It's always best to plan ahead, I agree. But I don't know what you guys think of this. But quite a number of people have posted gifs of spaceships, aliens, Martians, all references to War of the Worlds. No one knows what it is. Some people are saying it's nothing. Now, there is a video that looks just like that on my channel, but it's not from Yorkshire. But this is just a recent example of what we don't know what it is. Let us know what I sound like. I'm going to stop reading chat because I get distracted. Look, you guys distract me every time. Where are we now? Let's get back in here. Hold on. So there are hell of a lot of sightings around here. Let me just see if I can grab something else up. Are you still hearing the keyboard really loud? Because that was a big bugbear of this mic. It was picking up the keyboard noise. I've moved the mic a little bit, but is it still picking it up? Let me know, folks. My back's really bad today. Anybody else got a bad back? And their arthritis plays up? I've got really bad arthritis. It's so bad. I don't want to moan, but fuck me, it hurts today. And this cold weather, I can barely move, and I'm in pain. Sat here actually. I need to come off this so I can move around a little bit. But yeah, so there were so many reports of UFOs around here. So this is in the Northern Echo, right? North Yorkshire has been revealed as one of the best holiday locations. I've just started taking it, Nicola, in the last couple of days. Love, thank you. It's all natural as well. It's like not from like one of these. Hello, Rich. Glasgow Walkabout. Sorry to hear that. How you doing, Rich? Have you heard about the British Bigfoot? Oh, my back. Hang on a minute. Fuck me, it hurts. Okay. Started taking it with I think it's black pepper. It's got that makes it work better. My back plays up in the weather. I have a plate. Oh my god, really? But I've got no discs at the bottom, and they said it was beyond the surgery. But then they're saying now that they want me to go back in and get it rescanned because I've got really bad arthritis in my back, crushing all my spinal canal. It's so painful. I can barely move today. I know, I'm still not right. British Bigfoot. Yeah, we have covered a little bit of Bigfoots. Oh. Let me just tell you what I'm taking. Hang on. Fuck me. Crack, crack, crack. Click, click, click. Ow! Ooh. Right, I'll tell you what I'm started taking. I am taking multivitamins as well. Oh my George. Good to see you, Rich. I'm taking... Oh, it's not turmeric. I'm not taking turmeric. I'm taking curcumin and boswellia extract. Includes piperine extract. So I'm taking a joint aid natural herbal supplement. Oh no, there is turmeric in it. Right, turmeric, boswellia. Yeah, I am taking that. There you go. Started it a few days ago. There you go. So I am. My health isn't good, Lee, at all. Hello, Agnes. How you doing, my love? I know that was a really badly blonde moment, guys. But anyway, that's blonde. Right, okay. So North Yorkshire has been revealed again. It's over the North York Moors has been revealed as one of the best holiday locations. Do you know the only one that beat the North Yorkshire was East Yorkshire, which is where I am, and East Yorkshire and North Yorkshire. That's where the North York Moors meet. It's all in this area here. You're eating huh? So even online hotel booking site laterooms.com used UFO sighting data from across Britain to analyse how many possible extraterrestrial sightings there have been in the country's 25 most popular holiday destinations. So if you want to go and see a UFO, oh, Agnes, I'm sorry to hear that, my love. Oh, darling. What's happened, sweetie? Oh. Oh. See, I've not really streamed much, so I didn't realise we hadn't really seen you because we haven't really been on. So, oh, sweetheart. Has anyone seen Diane yet? I'm getting so worried about Diane. We haven't seen Diane for absolutely ages. It's been 5 months. I don't know where she is. I'm really worried about her. It's me hitting me, love. Agnes, we're sorry to hear that, my darling. Oh, yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it, Saskia? So basically what they're saying here is if you want to go and see a UFO and you want to book a holiday in the UK, then get yourself up here. So apparently hotel booking site Late Rooms says UFO sighting data from across Britain to analyse how many possible extraterrestrial sightings have been in the country's 25 most popular holiday destinations. East Yorkshire, which is where we are, takes the top spot, followed by North Yorkshire and Kent. So North East Yorkshire is the area which is where the North York Moors meet. There is that many UFO. What is attracting the UFOs around this area? The holiday letting site used UFOs identified 2021 report to compile the findings, which it compared with its own internal data from the last 12 months. There were 333 extraterrestrial sightings in England in 2021. 43 in Scotland, 25 in Wales, and 9 in Northern Ireland. The rest were in England. The most likely time to see a UFO is between 9 and 10 on a Saturday night. Nothing to do with you being drunk and seeing things. It also suggests September is the best month. Now, that following the findings, Late Room partnered with the ex-MOD investigator, that Nick Pope guy, to provide tips to Brits hoping to seek out ET experiences. So, long summer evenings are the perfect time for a sky watch, to have your own close encounter. Let me just see if the map... So there's the list here. So settling between these two places is the North York Moors. Again, it's got the most UFOs. Why is that? Nobody knows. What is attracting the UFOs to here? I don't know what people think, but I find it quite interesting. There's so many weird things going on around here, honestly. This stream could go on forever because we could delve deeper into the we could delve deeper into the black dog. We could go deeper into the monolith. Hang on a sec, I've just found something else. Hold on. Apparently, there's enough UFO sightings. George is snoring in this one area to do its own UFO X-Files. Now, this isn't North Yorkshire, what I'm going to show you here, but it is Yorkshire, and it isn't that far away from this part of Yorkshire. And it's a tiny little town. I can't get over how red it is. What the hell? I've not been to this place. But apparently, the eyeballs are making me ask a funny. Look at that. Look how red it is. What the? This place here, the sleepy Yorkshire town that's home to unexplained UFO abductions. Now, this is England's answer to Roswell. Again, this is in Yorkshire. It's not on our doorstep, but it is still in Yorkshire. And apparently, in the 11th of June 1980, they found a body of a Polish miner resting on a 10-foot high coal pile. No injuries, but a strange mark, possibly a burn on the back of his head. The coroner ruled the most mysterious death I have investigated in 12 years. The policeman assigned to the investigation, however, would experience something even stranger 6 months later. Coming off a shift, PC Alan Godfrey described seeing a diamond-shaped object hanging in the air, spinning slowly. He saw a bright white blinding flash when suddenly he was driving in the opposite direction towards the police station. He'd lost 20 minutes of time. His left boot was split and there was an itchy red mark on his foot. So he's lost 20 minutes and he's found himself going back the other way. All of these weird happenings are all in one little town in Yorkshire. So I think it's worth me sharing the link to this as well. There seems to be a lot of activity in this area. My baby Frenchie's snoring. Oh, you sent me a picture, didn't you, the other day? I remember now. Oh, she's so cute. So the market town is called Todmorden and it's in Yorkshire. Is a folkloric place that's no stranger to mysterious goings on and paranormal activity, from UFO claims to ghost sightings, and is the place where Harold Shipman first took his first GP position. It's the focus of a new book. So someone's wrote a book on this place called Chance Encounters of the Valley of the Light. So this isn't in your North Yorkshire, but it is in Yorkshire, and it's not that far at all. So this place has got so much. These eyeballs are making me ask a funny. I've got to turn it off. Hang on. So I've linked it anyway if you want to go and have a look. Now, before we go, I just want to get up. See, I was going to show you the monolith, but that's in the Yorkshire Wolds. So I think we're better off doing a separate stream on the Yorkshire Wolds, because it's just down the road. Need a wee now. Right, so found an article here. Do you remember me mentioning this RAF Flyingdales? Now, this is the detection centre for the West. So if anything's going to come in from Russia, or if a spaceship's going to be coming in from the sky, this is where would be warning us. Now, there's an article here from 2008. You should hear George snoring, honestly. And he sleeps right next to me on my pillow, and he snores his head off. What's Jen saying? I'm back and I'll message you privately. I was joking, Jen, love. You know me, sweetheart. Come on. I was joking. I don't need to know your routine. Banter, darling. So going back to this North York Moors. Now, RAF Flindales is this base I told you about. And it seems that UFOs are really interested in this area. I'm just looking at the chat. 5% battery. Oh no. I've got to get up from under you. I need a wee as well. Jen, you don't have to message me, sweetie. I was joking. So this Flindales has seen a lot of... I've missed what Agnes said. Are you talking to me, Zero? I'm getting my back, you mean? I'm getting there. So this article's from 2008. The North Yorkshire UFO files have been released. Now, I would like to get my hands on these. So let's just read this here. The truth is out there, as they say, and newly released files reveal that some local people may indeed have had a close encounter with the third kind. The files have been released from the National Archives and detail 3 UFO sightings, one over New Earswick, North Yorkshire, and the other 2 over Malton and Pickering, again, North York. Pickering and Malton are part of the North York Moors. They're on the edge of it. All were reported to the RAF Flindales, which track objects in space. So this is the place I was telling you about. They're the nuclear and detection system for space. So something comes down for UFO, they pick it up. So this was reported to them. Okay, Agnes, love. The first report came in September 1988 when a 9-year-old girl and her mother, New Earswick, not far from here at all, it's in York. We drove past it every day for a long time, going to work. Reported seeing a round bright disc over New Earswick and headed in the direction of York. The report states the disc appeared to hover or slow down and then spin slowly before disappearing. It was apparently accompanied by a loud whistling noise, which initially awoke the girl and her mother, who were not named. The report from RAF Flindale states that the woman and her daughter sounded lucid and well informed. So that was the first one, and that was in, was it 1988? Oh, I was only 8 then. So I'd like to get my hands on this report, you know. Now, for all we know, the giant's still there, right? How do we know he's not living under the ground? Nobody knows, right? He could be living under the ground, for all we know. And this is what's attracting the UFOs to this area. Second sighting dates from July 1989. Pickering is in the North York Moors, when a dome-shaped UFO, which was lit at one side and revolving, was seen over Pickering heading south before turning east. The observer, who is not identified, reported that it accelerated away in spasms. Now, this is what I don't get. Is when the North Yorkshire police were asked on a... I bet you're not as old as me, love. You don't look it. In the North Yorkshire police were asked, can we find the details of any UFO incidents between 2023 and 2022 and 2023? They said they couldn't because it would break data protection. Well, why can't they just do what these have done and said, the observer is not identified? That's all they had to do. I'm a 6'5". I'm a giant hobbit. 6'5". I'm 44. Hello. I don't look it. A lot of people say I don't look it, I don't sound it, but I am. Which bit's true, love? So the final report for North Yorkshire, again from the North York Moors, is released from the National Archives. Came from a woman who described herself as a stargazer. Between 11:10 on June 9th, the 1st, 91 and 1:30 a.m. the following day, the woman reported seeing 3 lights, blue, red and white in colour, which were flashing and moving in a circle. Then a silvery object appeared from the area of the Plough Star constellation, which you can see from up there, and accelerated northwest. She then reported a round silvery object about the size of Venus travelling towards the Whitby area, although the officer at RAF Flyingdales noted that this could have been a satellite. Around 11:50, a round object was seen with a smaller UFO zigging around it. They were initially slow moving, but then accelerated. Similar sightings were reported by the woman over the next couple of hours. But in a letter to the woman, a flight lieutenant at Flyingdales, Fylingdales, but I call it Flyingdales, said this put the sightings down to a meteorological phenomena. They also said, he said the Aurora Borealis, also known as the Northern Lights, probably appeared that night. He himself saw that on the night in question. The whole of the northern sky was alight with colourful clouds. That, to me, that doesn't explain that at all. Okay, Jen love. The sun's rays reflect off these high clouds in the middle of the night, at 11 o'clock at night, causing pockets of colour. So that article is very interesting because it's official RAF documents, you know. So I'm 51. There's no way you're 51. Wow, honestly, you don't look it, love. I've clicked the wrong thing. Hold on. I know I haven't. So we've covered black dogs, spooky dogs, people putting them into institution for seeing the dogs being exercised, giants making holes, UFOs in the area. That's just 3 phenomenon that is in this area. No lager tonight, says Cosmic. That picture of a low was 20 years ago, bun. Lol. Oh, well, you don't look it, sweetheart. Yeah, we can hear the keyboard. Nicola must be about 10-20 minutes behind. Yeah, I'm going to try and sort something out with the mic and that. I'm going to go because I've been on for over an hour and a half. I like to keep podcasts to under an hour and a half if possible. My back is murder and I need a wee. So I'm going to go now, but I'll be back on Friday. And I do need you to bring your fridges. Now, again, if you're too shy to come and show your fridge live, you're very welcome to send your fridge photos in to this email address. And if you want to show a video, the best thing for you to do is to upload it to your channel. Just do a really short. I can't because to get up I've got to move all my laptop and everything, and my back's hurting anyway, and I need to take some anti-inflammatories for my back, and to take them I need to eat, and to eat I need to go. So yeah, I've got to go, but I've enjoyed the stream. My back's the worst it's been for a long time, to be honest. It's murder. And plus my dogs are asleep and I want to wake them up, because if I don't, then they won't sleep in a bit when we go to bed. So they need to get up for a bit now. They're a nightmare for napping at this time and then being up all night. They were up at 2:30 this morning, the little sods. You can turn the fridge light off if your fridge is shy. Yeah, well, what's the point? So send your photos in if you're too shy. Let me know if it's your fridge. You can tell me. And if you say, I want it to be anonymous, then say, I'm going to be anonymous. And then I won't tell people it's your fridge. If you can, make a little video, even if it's just a short, and put it on your own channel, unlisted, so that nobody else can see it. And send me the link and say, here's my fridge pen. It's only for you and the viewers, but don't let me know. Don't tell who I am. There's that way. Or best of all, just come up and show us your fridge. I appreciate you all. That'll be Friday night over on Penny Bunny. Thanks for joining me. I hope you found this information interesting. I could go on all night. I think we'll do a part 2 on witches. Well, good night. Hello, darling. Thanks for being here. I'm glad you enjoyed it. We have got a good bunch of people over here. Agnes, I hope they can help. Oh, it's horrendous at the moment. Oh, Agnes, I missed what was wrong. with the chat. I didn't see the chat, but thank you so much everyone who's here. David Ains, not really Skywatcher on YouTube. Hi David, how you doing? Gizmo's like snoring his head off. You better sleep tonight, mister. Yes, you better. You better sleep tonight. Playing me up at 2:30 this morning. Little munchkin. It's okay, Dan. It's all right. You're okay, bud. Thanks for being here. Steve, thanks for being here, mate. If you can't be good, exactly. Don't get caught doing it. Exactly. Yes, fridge and freezers. Yeah. It'll be a full shebang. If you want to show your freezer, you can. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Ello. You've done both of my channels now, so you're no longer a penny bunny virgin. You're all right, Dan. We'll let you off just this once. Dogs do. George snores a lot. I know it's late, isn't it, my love? Oh, you're a dude. I keep forgetting. Anyway, thank you. Ello, y'all come back now. Ello, you will fit right in here with these crazy lot. So I'll see you all Friday. And please do the fridge thing. It's just fun. Your wrench has gone. I'll give it you right back now because I cleared them off one big pond quite a while ago. So if you haven't been in the past few streams, that's why it had gone. I would never just take one person's away unless you're being a dick, and you're not a dick. So yeah, it's back now. I do clear them off quite a bit, so don't be offended. All right, I'll see you in a bit, guys. Well, I'll see you Friday, and I will definitely be doing a video tomorrow on the new channel, just some, get some videos out. If you're not subscribed to my new channel, let me just grab it again. It's just hang on. It's just going to be at the moment for like shorts, up to 60-second shorts. It's going to be politics and current events. I'll be covering quite a bit of politics over there, but I will be covering the inauguration night over on Penny Bunny. But if you're not subbed to this channel, please sub up unless you don't like current events, politics, anything like that. But if you do, please support. I'm going to be giving my thoughts on what's going on around in the UK and abroad. I'll be talking a lot about President Trump as well in the next couple of months, what's been going on with Ukraine and Russia. I'll be talking about more controversial, can't say that without sounding Irish, I don't know why, controversial topics over there. So thank you again for being here. You're all awesome. Hit the like or the dislike. Thank you. So there's 3 channels now. More work for me. Great. I'll see you later. Oh, Agnes, you don't have to do anything, love. You just come and have a laugh if you can, sweetie. Just a bit of fun, guys. Just a bit of fun. Right, take care. Lots of love. God bless. I'll see you all Friday, if not before. If anything happens going on in the world tomorrow, I'll hop on. Pun intended, bunny hop. Right, night, guys.